Hey everybody, are you ready for class today? Today we are going to make smacker crackers. Those are yummy and they are good for snacking around. You just kind of eat them like popcorn. So if you're having movie night, it's a yummy little snack to have. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to make smacker crackers today. If you are enjoying the recipes that we are sharing in the cookie school that may or may not be sweet, like this one today is not sweet, would you give this a like so that I know what you want to see? Also, if you know somebody who might like to join our class, would you just share this video so that they can come in and get all the recipes and get everything that we're going to do together. So I appreciate you for helping me with that part. And I've heard from several people that you really like spicy things. I believe that's coming more from adults than from children. But okay, today is a bonus because we've got smacker crackers for the kids and then we got firecrackers for the adults, for those that like something just a little more kicked up. So the first thing we're gonna do, of course, is go ahead and start by washing our hands. We're gonna wash with soap and we're going to pretend that we are a surgeon washing like we're gonna take out somebody's tonsils. So if you have not done it already, I want you to go ahead and start washing your hands. Hey Jenny and Phil, hey Lonnie, hey Mark, hey Jessica. My water's hot, which is just the way it's supposed to be. Okay, I chose this recipe because it's easy and it's yummy, but there's also, I chose it for another reason. There's a lot of things you can do differently. Now, I don't know if anybody else has noticed this like I have, but we're not going anywhere. We're not going out to drop in and get all of our supplies. We're trying to use things that might be in our pantry. So sometimes I go to the pantry to make a new recipe and, well, I don't have oyster crackers, but I do have saltines, or I do have Ritz crackers, or I do have some other little cracker that is unflavored and I might want to use that. And today, I'm gonna start with oyster crackers. Now, you know, these oyster crackers have this little, they are in this little shape, and I don't want to say any more about the shape because that's your extra credit for homework, and why we call these oyster crackers when they're served more with clam chowder than with oysters. But that's just some little fun facts that I want you to be able to look for if you're doing your homework and your extra credit. So today, my recipe tells me this is what I'm going to need. I'm going to need a stick of melted butter, not hard. I always have melted butter. 2 tablespoons of ranch dressing mix. I have it like this, but I also have it in little individual packets. I am not sure how much is in those individual packets, but you can open one of those and measure it just the same. And it calls for dry or fresh dill. I don't have either one of those. What dry or fresh dill does for your crackers is, one, it makes it look pretty, and second, it just gives it a little bit of an enhanced flavor. So does it mean that if I don't have dry or fresh dill that I cannot make my crackers? No, it just means I'm going to leave that out. And it calls for garlic powder and oyster crackers. Now, what if you don't have butter in your pantry? Can you use margarine? Yes. Can you use like a canola oil or a vegetable oil? Yes, you can. It doesn't stop you from making it. It just You know, every recipe doesn't say use either butter or margarine or oil or something else. It just tells you what they've made it with. But when we are in times like this, you might have to substitute something. So in this case, I'm going to open my oyster crackers, and it says I need a 16-ounce box. I want you to look at my box. What does it say? 14 ounces. Does this mean I can't make my crackers because I'm short 2 ounces of crackers? No, it doesn't. It means I'm going to have 14 ounces instead of 16. So when I tell you these things, it's so that you will understand that sometimes there are things that can be substituted. Often, it also tells me to pour it in a bowl. Now, if you have one of those mamas that said, yeah, you can get in that kitchen and make anything you want, but you're going to have to clean up every single bit of that mess you make too, I'm going to show you an easier way. The recipe tells me that I should pour these oyster crackers into a bowl. But then who's going to have to wash that bowl? Me. And I don't want to wash it. So I'm going to pour it into this Ziploc bag. This is a gallon-sized Ziploc bag. And now I'm going to take my melted butter. To melt butter, can you see what butter looks like? It separates. When you melt it, it separates from the curd in the bottom to the oil on top. And when we're making cookies, sometimes we talk about why we don't want to turn our butter into oil, but in this case, we do want to turn our butter into oil. And because of that, that is how I know you can substitute oil in this recipe for butter if you happen not to have butter. So now we're going to add 2 tablespoons. So I'm just going to open this, and I have a cooking it measuring spoon, and that's 1 tablespoon, and that's another. And all I'm going to do is stir that up. Now here is where I would add my dry dill or my fresh dill if I had it. And so I could stand around and complain about I don't have it, but I'm not. I'm going to keep right on moving. And I've got garlic powder. Can you see? You probably have some of this in your pantry. This is going to give it a little bite. And it says 1/4 teaspoon. So here's my 1/4 teaspoon on the back of my cooking it measuring spoon. And I'm just going to put all that in there, and I'm going to stir it up. Now this is the fun part, especially if you're doing it in a Ziploc bag. I've got my Ziploc bag, and I've got my mixture. I want to get all of that yumminess out of there, so I'm just going to kind of go around my cup there. And I'm going to close up my Ziploc bag, and I'm going to play with my food. Now I can see where the melted butter mixture is trying to stick to the bottom and trying to get on the side of the bag, but by turning it over and over, you could do the same thing in this bowl. Remember, I got the bowl out to do that with, but then I decided I don't want to wash a bowl. So, I'm doing it in a Ziploc bag. You can do all of these things the way you like it. Now notice the recipe does not tell me anything else to do. I've just put it on your tray, and I am going to tilt that down so you can see it. I'm going to empty it. And they're all shiny. I'll throw my bag away. Now, I am going to stretch out my oyster crackers on my pan. That's a pretty easy thing to do. I bet your family will love these crackers. Now it doesn't tell me anything else to do, but I want you to know something. I like cracked pepper. Do you see that? It's a little grinder in the top. It's got whole peppercorns. That doesn't look like the pepper that's in your salt shaker. But since I like it, I'm going to add it. I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of it on the top of my crackers. Do you ever go to a restaurant where they come around and they offer to put fresh cracked pepper on your salad? I love when they do that because I like this. And even though the recipe did not call for it, I can do that because these crackers are for me and for my family. And I can do anything to them that I want to. You know, I thought of something else that would probably be really good, just kind of sprinkled around on it, and that would be the powdered Parmesan. If you ever have gotten one of those green canisters that's got the powdered Parmesan cheese, that would be really good on these crackers too. So if you decide that there's something else you like a little bit more of, they're delicious just like they are. But recipes are supposed to be, they're supposed to be tried and they're supposed to be modified to fit your needs the way you like it. So now all I'm going to do is take our pan of oyster crackers and I'm going to stick them in the oven that is preheated to 250 degrees. Now, this is your bonus for today for any of those adults who say, you know, I've got an adult palate and I'm not interested in all this kids stuff, because you know what? There are some adults who want to be in our class. And they come to class and they sneak in and they try to be real quiet. And but I got news for you. They want to be in our class. Because this is where we're having all the fun. All right? This one I'm going to do with saltines. But you know what? I don't like those saltines. Just opened a new package. They're not bad. I think I might have accidentally picked up the unsalted kind. Now, who wants a saltless saltine? To do this one, I'm going to just line these crackers up on my pan. Get them all stretched out. I could probably do this the same way with the Ziploc bag. But in this case, I'm just going to open up one sleeve. These are called Firecrackers, and these have red pepper flakes in addition to all the things that you had on those other crackers. And I'm going to tell you something. These are hot. And they are yummy if you like spicy things. And I do happen to like spicy things, so it's not a stretch for me. Okay, so I've got my whole pan lined up here. And I've got another stick of melted butter. And for this, I need a tablespoon of ranch. In with my melted butter. A tablespoon of red pepper flakes. Have you ever seen this sitting on the table at a pizza restaurant? That's for people who really like some heat in their... You got to get out of my kitchen. I'm having class.
Okay. Oh wait, are these ready?
So now I've got a tablespoon of these hot pepper flakes.
Mom, these are good.
And a teaspoon of black pepper. And I can use this kind, just like this. So I think I want to do that. But you can also use the kind that's in your pepper shaker. Now, I'm stirring it up. And I am going to,
Where's the broom?
in the pantry, I'm just going to pour it over these crackers, trying to make sure there's enough left so that some gets on all of them. Gonna stretch it out like that. Oh, that's gonna be a hot cracker right there. That one doesn't have enough. I'm gonna try to move some over there. Now I'm gonna put these in the oven on 250 as well, and let that butter soak in and all those red pepper flakes, and then you will have firecrackers. Now, I had these made before class. So this is what they look like when they come out. And they are yummy. Hey, Jennifer. Hey, Jessica. Hey, Laurel. Hey, Amy. And Suzanne and Debbie. Hey, Christy, and Barbara, and Leslie, and Taylor. Well, thank you for joining our cookie school class today, where we made smacker crackers for kids and we made firecrackers for grown people. So if you enjoyed this show, please click share so that some of your friends can join us for class on Thursday. I'll post everything out there that you need, and get ready. It's going to be a fun class. See you soon. Bye.
Oh, those are hidden.